Hello, welcome to Rainbow Living with EGAY. I'm Trey, president of EGAY, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a pour painting.
First, we will start off with a list of things that you will need. You'll want to get your hands on some acrylic paints in your desired colors, cups, and mixing utensils, some gloves, liquid glue, and finally, some canvas. I will be using a large assortment of colors: green, pink, yellow, tan, black, purple, and gold. You can use as many colors as you'd like. You can use more or you can use less, just as long as you have at least 2 or 3. Acrylic paint can be bought pre-mixed, and they will say something like liquid or fluid art or ready to pour. If you have a paint like this, great, you're ready to go. But don't worry if you just have regular acrylic. I'm going to teach you how to turn that into pour ready paint. You're going to take your liquid glue and mix a solution of half glue and half water. Then you'll just mix it until the glue is thoroughly combined with the water. Then you're going to put all of your regular acrylic paint into their own mixing cups. You do not need to fill your cups with paint. A little bit goes a long way, and you can always make more if you need to. It's important to keep the colors separate until you're ready to pour, because we don't want the colors to mix together. After your colors are inside their mixing cups, you can add your water solution. You want the mixture to be roughly 1 part water and 2 parts paint. So however much paint you have, pour a little under half that amount of water. I'm using a glue water mixture, but some people use a soap water mixture. I find the glue to be easier to get the consistency that we were looking for. You want the paint to be thinner, but you don't want it to be mostly water, because that could dilute the color. We are trying to go from thick and clumpy texture to a more drippy liquid consistency. Once your paint is at the right consistency, you're ready to pour. Ready your canvas by putting a tarp, trash bag, protective paper, or other covering material underneath. Paint will be dripping off the canvas. I like to elevate my canvas, that way it's not sitting in a puddle of paint, and you can do this with cups, toilet paper rolls, or anything else you don't mind getting paint on. Now we put our paint together by pouring them into the same cup. Remember, we don't want the paint to mix. We just want them to sit next to or on top of each other. So pour gently and don't stir anything. You can pour all your paint into the same cup, or if you want to section your painting, you can group certain colors into separate cups. So I'm putting pink, green, and yellow into their own cup, and purple, gold, and black into their own cup, and my tannish white by itself. If you're using multiple pours, you can pour them separately or together. You can pour in one spot, or you can move across the canvas as you pour. There's room for variety here, so feel free to take it in whatever direction you want. Don't worry if your paint has not spread out right away. This is the part where your gloves come in handy. We're going to pick up our painting and do some tilts and turns. This will spread out your paint across the canvas and start building your cool designs. You can tilt it as often and as in many directions as you'd like to control the direction in which your paint shifts. If you find that your paint has spread to its limit, go ahead and pour more paint on those problem areas. You can also take a blow dryer on its lowest setting and use it to push your paint along. This can also create a cool effect called cells, where blocks and bursts appear in your colors. March is Women's History Month, so the colors I used are inspired by that. It's important to recognize and celebrate the vital role of women in our history, not just this month, but every month of the year. We really would not be where we are today without the contributions of women. The combination of purple, green, and white is used to symbolize women's equality. Purple signifies justice and dignity, green symbolizes hope, white represents purity, which is a bit of an outdated concept today. I also wanted to use pink because that symbol often represents womanhood or femininity in our pride flags. This form of abstract art is a great way to use colors and symbolism to convey a message. After your paint is poured and spread out across the canvas, you'll have a beautiful mix of swirls and waves of color. Wait for it to dry completely and hang it up to admire your wonderful work or gift it to someone who'd appreciate it. You may notice that after your painting is dry that the colors lost some of their vibrancy. This part is totally optional. You'll need a finishing gloss suitable for acrylic paint. Then you just apply it to your dry painting according to the directions on the gloss. This restores the vibrant colors, gives the painting a nice shine, and also gives it some protection against aging and weathering. And there you go. Our pour painting is finished.
Thank you for tuning in to Rainbow Living with EGAY. If you try your hand at making your own pour painting, take a picture and post it on social media with the hashtag Rainbow Living and tag QTRC and EGAY. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.